Audio good? I think so. Testing, testing, testing. Okay. Oh. Oh my goodness. Can you guys hear me? It's all good? Okay, alright. Yo. But it's in German. Oh, well. That could be an issue. I don't know how that happened. Oh my goodness. Hello. Hi everybody. Hello. Oh, I think I forgot to change the It did take my hair. It did. It took it right off, man. Actually, it was even shorter than this. I was wondering if you guys would like it, how noticeable it would be. I guess it is pretty noticeable. Yeah, there's an explanation for that. Where do I begin? My goodness. Looks good. Thank you. Thank you. Hey yo. Boo. Boo. I back at you. Aunt Irma did shave my hair, totally. Yes, she did. It was very rude. Man, you know, it's been 2 weeks. It's been like pretty much 2 weeks to like almost the hour since I've had internet. Like I literally got internet about 45 minutes ago. Yeah. And it was like pretty much 2 weeks to the dot. It was crazy. So what happened? Yeah. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, Irma hit. What happened was the forecast had it going kind of like past us. Like we were going to get hit by it, but like, glad you thought about. Oh, definitely, yeah. Wait, Irma update? Then I'm off. Yo, did Frost? Did you change that, or was that what it was at? It's probably what it was at, I guess. Wow. Okay, that works. I was like, did I leave it playing a game or something? I couldn't even remember. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I was like, I gotta tell everybody. Wasn't you? Okay, yeah, I guess it was just that's what it was at. That works out because I'm not playing any games. I'm too tired. I'm too. We went through a disaster. I'm not in the mood to play like games and stream and stuff. I'm sorry. But I had to let you guys know that I'm okay. I just was like. Because I was thinking about you guys. I was like, oh man, I hope they're not too worried. I was like, nah, I'm sure it's probably okay and stuff, you know. But I was just like, man, it's been a while now. So yeah, to give you a quick update on just what happened. I hope you guys are doing really good, by the way. I hope everybody else is okay and doing all right. I missed you guys. So anyway, on Sunday, at about 4 p.m., 5 p.m., something like that, is when the hurricane really started to kind of show up and be like, yeah, that's more wind than normal. And they were forecasting, though, like, if this is Florida, and they were forecasting that it was going to go like this up along initially, just kind of up alongside of it. But instead, where I live, which is in the center here, it actually turned like this and went right at us. We almost got hit by the eye of it. It was crazy. It was like the darn thing was just like gunning for our little area here, and I was like, what's your problem, Hurricane? You know, what did I do to you? And Irma just didn't give a crap. She was just like, you're going down. And she did. She got us fairly good. You literally saved my town. Yeah, you probably didn't get it too bad, I hope. Because, yeah, by the time we got it, it was reduced. But it was still pretty strong. Basically, we got wind that... I don't know the speeds, because after we lost power, we actually lost internet first. It was weird. We lost internet like 2 hours before we lost power. So I don't know how that happened. But, okay. Once it started really gusting, thank you, by the way, everybody. Really, thank you. Any major damage caused? I'll get to that. And thank you, Carson. I appreciate that. Nope, I didn't lose. Oh, you didn't even lose power. Wow, that's good. Oh, no, I'm glad for you. I'm glad. Grape juice. Hey, thank you. Anyway, yeah, so we lost power and internet at about, maybe, we'll just say roughly 7 p.m. And actually, probably power was about 9 p.m., 9:45-ish, something like that. Anyway, and the wind that we got was very, like, I mean, it was a hurricane, so it was just kind of like, you have this kind of like calm and then heavy gusting. And when I say calm, it's still very windy. It's just gusting coming in, like lots of heavy gusts of wind. And so we got a pretty good amount of it. Fortunately, the house, we actually have what's called poured concrete. It's we know hurricanes are coming. We don't know when, but you know that's the way a lot of houses are built in Florida. So they're quite resilient. And fortunately, our house stood up like a tank. You could just, the wind was blowing hard. A lot of the trees around our house got annihilated. There's like a shed in the back. That thing got messed up pretty good. Power lines everywhere got totaled out. Just knocked over, messed up. Just like pretty much everything that was not a house that was built strong got damaged in some way or another. It was pretty interesting. It was about in total time, I think about 14 hours to 16 hours of like heavy winds. Maybe like 12 to 14 of heavy winds where it was just like whew. And I actually went out in it at one point because there was a door on the front of the house that we had already secured because we knew it would be windy, but the wind was so strong it actually loosened a piece that was holding it. So I went out into the storm real quick. I put on a heavy jacket that I have, some protective glasses, and a helmet because when wind is blowing that heavy, you can get hit by things and possibly hurt. So I was, just being safe. And boy, it was really, really windy. So, anyway, I pretty much was just, knocked on Andy's door and demanded a Super Nintendo 5 games. That's right. It did. I was like, yo, Irma, play some games. Chill out. Okay. Not far from you. He only got his power back a couple of days ago. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's been rough. Like, in terms of, like, just the damage like that. Yep. Yeah. I assume you didn't crack open any windows or something, right? All of our windows were boarded up. So, all the stuff that hit the windows, because you could hear stuff sometimes hitting them. You'd hear like clunk, and you'd be like, whoa, that was like a big branch or something. Like, most of it was like smaller pieces of clunking, like, maybe objects like the size of this flashlight and stuff, just kind of thunk. You'd be like, okay, but something big hit the side of the house over here at one point, like something pretty big. I don't even know what it was, because by the time I went outside and was checking, it was just like, oh my gosh. And actually, if you guys want to see, I took some footage of the hurricane in kind of when it was like not in its prime, because when it got really, really windy, I was like, I was actually standing in like a doorway in the garage area, so I was able to film. But once it started really getting intense, I was like, all right, I don't want to get hurt. You know, I'm gonna just back away here and go inside. And I recorded more from inside, but it was dark. It happened in the middle of the night, and unfortunately, because there was no real light going on, like you can't see any of the footage. I was hoping you guys could see it from the moonlight, because that's all I had for light. It was just moonlight. You could see the trees. I remember sitting there watching, and the trees are just like bending over and stuff, and I'm like, this is intense. Because we had one window on the side that wasn't boarded up, and I was just like, oh, I'll watch out there. And it's a really tough window. It's like extra thick glass. And if it gets hit, it doesn't shatter like normal windows. It just spiders, they call it. So I knew it was a safer bet there. Anyway, so yeah, I just was sitting there watching it, and I was actually extremely tired because of just all of the mental preparation that I had taken care of to get ready for the hurricane. And I had been away crazy hours because everybody was like, in the time before the hurricane hit, you could just see that everybody was like feeling the stress of it, and feeling like, you know, oh man, this is real, this is happening. Which normally when a hurricane comes, you know, everybody's pretty chill because we're used to it. But when it's a ginormous, powerful hurricane like this, then it's like, yo, this is kind of nuts. Recommend the opposite. I would say because the pressure actually makes it worse. The pressure was pretty bad, if you mean like the wind pressure. Hey Andy, glad to see another person from Florida is safe. Pajori, I'm pretty sure I've never seen you before. So hello and welcome to you, and thank you. Or do you live in Florida as well? I appreciate that. The same thing with tornadoes. Yeah. By the way, I see a bunch of people coming back. Some that I think haven't actually been here in a long time. So welcome back to everybody. Welcome back, all of you. I really hope you guys are doing great. Night hurricanes suck. It was really, I gotta be honest. Yeah, it was just like, man, it was like, you know, because I couldn't see much. It was like, man, you know, there's not much we can do. But at the same time, it was really like, this is probably going to sound cheesy or something, but it was like really beautiful at the same time. Because it was just looking at the trees through the moonlight and everything and seeing it all go. And I don't know, it was something really cool. It was just like getting to see nature in some more of its power that it can demonstrate, you know? It was a cool feeling. I actually thought I would have been a little more nervous or something, but I was actually quite calm. I was just feeling like, well, I've done everything I can do. If something bad is going to happen, it's just going to happen, and I just have to go with it. It's as simple as that, really. So, yeah, it was cool though. It was like, I gotta say, before I forget, overall, I am okay. Andy is okay. Mentally, I am okay. Physically, I'm okay. I lost some hair, as you see. That was just because when you don't have power and it's in Florida in the height of summer, it's friggin' hot. It is so hot. And I just was like, oh my gosh, I can't take it. I can't take it. So I just shaved. I just was like, just get rid of it. It's too hot. It was way too hot. Anyway, though, yeah, I gotta say, as inconvenient as it was to not have power for a week and then not have internet for another week, I really am quite happy with the experience in terms of just everybody that I know is okay, fortunately, for the most part anyway. I know there's a lot of people that didn't fare so well, so that stinks. And it was a really good learning experience, honestly. It really was. Yeah, it was like hot and other things and stuff, and stressful. Especially at times when I was like, okay, this is like, you know, when you have a generator going and you live around other people and you know that you're one of the few people that has a generator, you know, you get a little like paranoid. You're like, what's going to happen? And I know that some houses have been robbed in the past, kind of close. So it's like, you know, there's some people that are willing to do things like that. So I had a whole security setup, fortunately, for motion detection and all that. I was like, you are, you know, not going to take my stuff. But it was just like, so I was like, yes, definitely paranoid. But it was, you know, so during that time, it was very mentally stressful. That was the big thing. It was just very stressful before and after, even now, because it's, you know, everybody's still trying to get their lives in order. But that being said, with all the stress that came with it, I'm very happy with the turnout and the learning experience from it, because I've been through hurricanes before, but not one exactly like this. And it just, it really gave me some insight into myself as a person for just certain aspects of what happened there and how I handled it. And I'm actually really happy with the way that I handled everything and just getting everything lined up beforehand in the preparation. And yeah, it's, even though it was like, generally this is regarded as a negative experience, understandably so, I still get a lot of positivity out of it, I guess, because it's just, there was a lot of interesting things, like I said, to learn and whatnot and experience. So yeah. Let me catch up on chat here real quick, and I'll give you guys a little more information, and I'll show you a little video footage of what I got, and you can see some, well, a lot of the damage and stuff. Which again, I said, you know, fortunately, it's not horrible, and the house itself fared pretty darn well. Sorry, I forgot I changed my username. Oh, Andromira. Oh, okay. Well, welcome back. I definitely remember you. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know Pajori, but Andromira, I know that for sure. Currently out for dinner. Well, Tinker Toy, I appreciate the concern. We got some other people coming in. Dorky Maria, Runyum, Charles Pipe, and Tinker Toy. Hello and welcome back to those of you returning. Do you have footage? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Mostly it's like kind of before and after. The actual like strongest parts were, I just, like I said, I had footage of it, but it's too dark. You can't see anything, unfortunately. It was just too dark. You have Irma. I had a strong gust of wind that blew my tray of chips out of my hand. I guess you could say that we've both had a hard experience lately. That's terrible. Were they good chips? Were they delishy? That's oh, I'm so sorry about your chips. Wow. I think you got it worse than I did. I didn't have any chips that got knocked out of my hands. I mean, geez. I mean, we lost power for a week and internet for 2 weeks, but I mean, chips out of your hand, that's horrible. That's terrible. Milkman, welcome back, welcome back. I mean, here in Tampa, here in Tampa, it was crazy seeing the bay drained of the storm. Yo, Dorky Maria, I actually, yeah, I heard about that, but I didn't get to see it because we lost power and internet. But I heard that Tampa Bay had no bay. Like, it was just, like, gone. I would love to see pictures of that. I'm going to have to actually go and Google some pictures of that. But I heard a lot of stories like that from people where they're like, you know, just, you know, the anomalous things that happen from a hurricane and stuff. And that's one of those that's just like, that's really interesting. How you holding up, Herbie? I know, right? Counseling, he's coping. You're going to get through it, my man. You're going to get through it. Hang in there, buddy. Anyway, though, well, Maria, I'm glad that, well, I mean, are you okay? I mean, obviously you seem to be online, so that's, I'd say that's a good sign. Did you fare well? I mean, any damage, anything like that? Used to live in Juno Beach. I'm glad I don't now. Man, some people like just, dang, dude. I don't even. Only got some loose leaves. Oh wow, okay, Maria, you did okay. Yeah. We got more than that, but fortunately, we didn't get like devastation. We got just to the point. Like, put it this way, I guess to give you guys an idea. It sounds like it. Yeah, I'm actually surprised. That's impressive. We got it bad enough to where it was just to the point where if it was probably any worse, then it would have been problematic in terms of like probably looting and elevated crime rates and stuff like that. It felt very close, in my opinion anyway, because when people lose power and stuff, and they get hot and they get cranky and they get hungry and all their food in their fridge is going bad and there's no places that are open to serve food, people start getting crazy. They start getting crazy. And it was just like, fortunately though, a lot of places were able to open to some degree, because gas stations in Florida are now required to have generators to at least to be able to run the pumps. And a lot of the food and stuff in there, they don't need to keep cold, so a lot of people were able to still get food and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, the problem is, once you start losing houses, that's when the problems occur and things get chaotic, because you can't restore functionality to society so easily then. People are like, well, you just, open up the businesses, get the gas stations going again. And it's like, well, you can't open a gas station or a grocery store if the person that runs it doesn't have a house to live in and they have to leave. That's kind of a problem. So once that kind of stuff happens, then bad things. But fortunately, it was like just kind of close to that. So mostly it was just the power being out that was like, okay, but everybody seemed to, around here anyway, keep their cool. And we did have police that were kind of roaming sometimes and stuff, showing presence, which is really, what you need. Only lost power for like less than 5 minutes. Wow, you did get lucky. Man, that's good though. I'm happy for you, Maria. Some of my family over near Sarasota and stuff like that, same thing. They like pretty much got dodged. It was crazy. They were supposed to get like annihilated, and then instead, when it turned and came right towards us, it skipped them, which was I was happy for them though. They got to just continue their lives as usual. So yeah, they got pretty lucky too. The HDMI cord on the top left screen is bouncing. Yes, it is. How did you know that was an HDMI cord? Wow, you're good. Can you actually? Is it just that noticeable? Here. Is that better? Are you happy now? Let me see here. Let me see if I can bring up some footage for you guys. Here we go. Give me 1 second. Wake up, drive. Wakey, wakey. But yeah, I'm glad a lot of people I do know that did make it through okay and whatnot. That's definitely good. Let's see here. So I'm just in this footage that I'm going to show you guys. Switch this over. Is this good? Good? Is that there? Can you see that? You should be able to see that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. It's obviously going to sound... actually, is the sound working? Oh, the sound's working. Okay. Just playing with you. I knew you were just messing around. I just was surprised that you actually noticed it was an HDMI cable. It's a good eye. Anyway, though, yeah. So in this footage, it's obviously very windy sounding. It can give you kind of an idea of. This is after it. Oh, yeah. This is after the main wind passed. Like the 100-mile-an-hour gusts. This is more of like. Well, I don't know what speed this is. This feels more like probably 50, 60-mile-an-hour gusts now, where I can actually walk around, which I was. I had, like I said, I had my helmet on and eye protection and stuff. Well, good job, noobs. Good job. That's important stuff to have. I'm proud of you. Yeah, I'm very happy that you have those. So yeah, here, let me just. I don't want it to be too loud. So I'm just like walking through the front yard here, just kind of cutting through. It might look a little more woodsy than it actually is. That's just because it's dark and you can't see all that far. We definitely have a lot of trees around, but it's not like we live in an actual woods. Oh, you do too? Well, awesome. Verucido, I believe is how to say that. Hello and welcome to you. Welcome. So this is, let's see if I can pause it there. You're looking down the driveway here, which you're probably not even going to barely see because most of it was like covered in tree leaves and stuff. So it was kind of funny. It was like, where'd the driveway go? So I'm kind of looking down that now. There's a bunch of trees in the way of it too. You'll notice the rain coming down is going sideways. And that's pretty much how it was most of the night too. It was just like this sideways rain coming in. I'm just walking along kind of the side of the house. That got annihilated. Like, oh my goodness. That actually spoopy. It's spoopy. Spooky. New horror game? Yeah, Broad Eye, I was actually thinking that as I was recording. I was like, yo, they're gonna think this is like a horror movie or something. Get ready for the jump scare, right? No, there's no jump scare. But yeah, this what you're looking at right there was actually a really big tree. Like a big, not thick, but just a very big, like, very dense tree that went up like quite high, and it just got like wrecked. That creepy girl with long hair. Oh, that's just my neighbor. You know, she lives in a well. She comes out every 10 years and says crazy things. But if you play it backwards, then she's actually just singing "Row, Row Your Boat." I know. Okay, it's a little creepy, but you know, not too bad. I just tell her, you know, go put on a jacket and get a job, and she's like, okay. We have strange ghosts around here. Anyway, so yeah, let me here, just keep going here, and just kind of see like some of the bigger trees and stuff got it pretty bad. Which way am I going here? That's a cactus that got like knocked over. That cactus is huge. That cactus was like almost 3 stories tall, like big cactus. Yeah, it's probably a little tough to tell sizes here, so I'm just going to tell you guys the sizes of things so you have an idea. I know, poor cactus. Let's see, where are we going? And then around here. Yo, be careful, don't trip, Andy. Don't trip. You'll fall. There's like a little clearing in here, and oh, yeah, here, you can hear me say "aw."
What?
Here, listen.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot. I went "aw" because this one plant right here, the plant was fine. Like you can see, it's all fine except at the very bottom part. Look at the very bottom, and there's like this one thing pointing this way. I don't know how, but that one little thing got bent, and it was like, "oh, poor plant." But otherwise, it did okay. It was just like the poor thing. So, yeah. Anyway, though, let's see.
What? In there? You sure the fumes are enough? It was really bad. Okay.
I forget what I was talking about there. I think we were just making sure something was okay with like one of the gas tanks or something. Anyway, though, by the way, it's probably about 4 in the morning now when I was filming this.
You want me to start it?
Oh, we were getting the generators ready. Okay. And I was asking if he wanted me to start the generator because it's a crank kind where you got to pull it. Pretty much, I think from here I just kind of walk through a little more of the yard. That's a big tree there. That's a really big tree that got knocked down there. That's actually not even the whole tree. What you're seeing there, that part that's laying down, is only like maybe like a third of the tree, and it took off like a branch of it that's like this big, I'd say, like this thick. I mean, it just took it down. So that is actually what you're looking at there is very, very big, and I'm actually kind of surprised it brought it down, but it did. It did, and it brought down a lot of stuff. What is thick? What is that? Does that stand for something? Or is that what the new young people say? Is that what the hip kids say? They say thick? Runyum 2, hello, welcome to you. Gundam X, welcome back, Gundam. Oh, okay. I see. That's very thick of you. It's the hip new thing? Wow. See, that's how long I was without internet. I don't even know the latest stuff. Wow. I'm just so out of the loop, you guys, you know? I love that emote. Hi back at you, Gundam. We didn't lose power because a lot of the stores near my house had no power. Oh, interesting, yeah. That's strange. When you hear it blowing like that, like extra strong, that's oh, there's a freaking car going by. What are you doing? It's storming, dude. There's actually 3 of them pretty close. I think they were all together. Go home, you guys. What were they doing driving? Crazy people. There's no power. There's no lights. But what was I gonna say?
What?
Oh yeah, that was a big tree too. Yeah, yeah, you hear me say what? Wow. That was a pretty good sized tree there too. That thing is really tall and it just like shredded it. So that was pretty impressive. Yeah, this area in here, it was very spotty. It was interesting how it just kind of went through, and some stuff really got pretty messed up, and others kind of did okay. But for the most part, nothing was left untouched. If you look, I think I actually walk over here a little further. You might actually see it for like a split second, maybe. But if you do, you're gonna see a black wire. Like, oh no, I guess it's too dark. But pretty much, if you can't see it, but in the upper right corner of the screen, there's a power line, and then there's the cable line, and this one tree on the left hit that cable line, and that's why I haven't been around, because it knocked out the internet cable. If it wasn't that one tree, I probably would have had internet a week ago. But that one tree, it got knocked down and it took it with it, so that was a bummer. And we were actually not supposed to even have internet today, but some really nice guys from the company set up a patch, they call it, and they just patched the line so we could at least have internet and stuff. It's not like officially fixed, but it's good enough. Oh, there it is, I think. Maybe I did get it. I don't know if that was it. Yeah, because I think there was more down there. Whatever. But yeah, the cable was actually laying across the road, so the power company actually had to come out and cut it to make sure that it was safe. At one point when I was walking along, by the way, I'm like wearing gloves and all this stuff, and I'm trying to record. I'm trying to keep the camera from getting wet from all the water in the air, you know, just blowing all around. And I actually bump the zoom on the camera, and I like zoom in like massively, and I'll just skip ahead of that part because you can't see anything. It's I realized it fortunately like only a minute later. Excuse me. So yeah, pretty much the only reason why I came out here to record was I was thinking of you guys. I was like, yo, I gotta record something and show them, you know, so they can see. I'm glad I did anyway for my own purposes of just later on being able to look at it one day and be like, oh, that sucked. Yeah, I was just like, yo, I gotta get some footage, show these guys, you know, show them what the heck happened, let them know for whenever I'm able to get back on. So now I'm walking down the driveway of my neighbor's house, and you'll notice that I don't stop and actually say, hey, are you okay? Instead, I just kind of look, and I'm like, all right, the house is okay. I'm not going to go and like knock on their door. Even though I wanted to, I didn't, and that's because my neighbor is a nice fella, but he has some PTSD issues. I think that's where I zoom in, by the way. So you might not even see his house. Yeah. Let me just fast forward here. Anyway, you don't want to go waking somebody like that in the middle of the night if they're sleeping or whatever. There we go. I think I... So yeah, but he was okay. He was all right. I could see the house is fine, so I knew he was all right in there. So now I walk past his house, and now I'm just walking back. This totally looks like Blair Witch kind of stuff here, even though I've never seen that movie. I know it takes place in like a forest or something. It just looks like we're making a horror movie, guys. We're doing it. Look at this. All I need to do is put the ghost in there somewhere, and we got ourselves a movie. We're doing it. We're freaking doing it. I think that's about all of kind of the side and stuff. Let me see here. Yeah, let me see if I can find the footage of where I'm like looking out the back. You can just kind of see some of the wind kicking. I know, poor cactus. Poor cactus. Let me turn it down because some of that, just in case it's a little loud. Yeah, so like a lot of this where it's just dark. I was just trying to get you guys some footage from inside the house. Like right here, my neighbors, they had some flashlights on, and like I'm just looking out the window right now, and all you can see is their lights over there, and that's really about it. Let me actually, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let me turn up the brightness. There we go. Okay. Enraged Cinema, hello, welcome to you. Solars, I think you might have been here before if you're the same Solars, so welcome back. If you're new, well then welcome. You want to play horror games when you come back to game for us? Actually, I'm probably going to be playing some retro games because my upscaler, I checked my email real quick, and I think it's going to be here like soon. I mean like maybe tomorrow or something. And if that happens, oh, I gotta tell you guys, I played some games. Remind me after I show you this. I was playing some games when we had the generators going. But first, let me just see here. Let's see. So, yeah, see, you can. Anyway. That little light. I'm sorry, it's so shaky. That little light that you saw for a moment there was just my neighbor's house. And their flashlight. And I was like, okay, they're all right. Okay, here. This is, I'm like looking out the back here. And so this is actually, now this is before the hurricane really hit. This is like pretty much it's coming on us, but as you see, we still have power by that light in the upper left corner there. So this is still early on before things got crazy. So this, I don't know, it's nothing too epic here. You can just kind of get an idea for a little bit of the gusting that's happening beforehand and stuff, and it was actually really nice. Every now and again there was a pretty hard gust that would kind of push into me, and I'd be like, wow, man, this is, you know, but like I said, this is before the big stuff came. I really wish I got footage of the big stuff, but still, it's like really pretty and whatnot. This is what you're looking at right now. This is actually facing the backyard. Stole the upscaler. It tried, but dude, like, it didn't get here yet, so I was like, okay, it's all right, it's all good. Yeah, super wet. Like, it's the rain that you see coming downwards is actually coming off of the rooftop where I'm standing. You can't really see it, but most of the rain is actually coming in with the wind sideways when it whips up pretty good there. But yeah, I don't think it gets like super gusty when yeah, a little bit there. It's really nice though. I feel like I should just put this on or something when I want to fall asleep. Wind noise. There you go. See, there's some gusting there and stuff. That little thing to the right there that you see, that's actually we use it as like a tool shed now, and it actually has windows on it that are just painted white. Because we didn't really care about being able to see through them. We were just using it for storage. And you'll notice that there's what looks like a hole in it on the left side there. I keep pointing at my screen. I do that every time. But on the left side, that's one of the windows got knocked out from something. And then actually, when the storm got really crazy, it knocked out a lot more of them. And then at one point, I haven't actually found it, but I actually got footage of one of the trees snapping a little bit, and you can hear it crunch and everything, but I don't know where that is. I'll have to find it, and then I can show you guys at some point, because you hear this like crunch, and it was a big tree going down. It was like, whoa, it's pretty serious, man. So yeah, that's pretty much it though. This one is It was something. It really was. Yeah, it was. I was definitely like, yo, please be merciful, Irma. So yeah, when we got the generators going, which was immediately pretty much after pretty much because you can't run a generator in your house. These are gas generators. So they generate fumes. You know, it's a combustion engine. So you have to run it outside. So, excuse me, pretty much the first day was just finding out how much damage there was, taking care of that stuff, and then having the generators running and getting that all hooked up properly and whatnot. And then even though we had generators, what we could actually have running on those generators was basically refrigerators. I was able to turn on my laptop here and there. That was nice. When I say here and there, it was just because I was trying to be conservative. I could have had it on a lot, though, because it actually used very little wattage. Very, very little, so that's nice. So yeah, like refrigerators, some lights, a TV, stuff like that. Or like a very small air conditioner, but definitely not like a central AC. So it was like, that was honestly the worst part, was just, you know, being that it's Florida, it's humid, and it's hot. It's ridiculously hot, except for like the first day after, because the first day after it was still very windy, and it was really nice, actually. The hurricane took like all the hot weather with it. It was like, oh, okay. But once that first day went by and we started getting like classic Florida weather back, it is not fun going to bed in a pool of like your own sweat and just laying there and just being like, oh, I'm sticky, I'm hot. And, you know, I mean, it just was not fun. But, you know, could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. So, yeah. What's up, Gray Walker? Welcome back, dude. Welcome back. Decker's Mate, welcome back, too. Sounds like a personal problem. Fumes might be good for people you don't know. Maybe. You're right. So anyway, once everything was kind of situated around here, I was like, all right, well, I don't have anything else extra to do, and I can't do a whole lot. I can't stream, obviously. There's no internet. I couldn't use my main computer because, well, to kind of give you guys an idea, by the way, keep this in mind if you ever need to use a generator in a computer. Remember this. This is important, guys. If your generator does not have what's called pure sine, pure S-I-N-E, for the electricity, then if your computer, and it most likely does, if your computer has a power supply that is green friendly, it might not work too well with the generator. I don't know the full extent of it. I just know that if you put a computer with a dynamic power supply, a power supply that adjusts itself. What the heck? Grey Walker with the donation, yo. 1789? What's the what is the significance there? And thank you very, very much. That is getting spent on video games. I was actually I was wanting to buy a copy of what is it? Splatterhouse Wanpaku Graffiti. And I was like, yo, it's getting cheaper. It's getting cheaper. I could buy it possibly. And it came down to almost $20. And when I came back and I was like getting everything set up, the price went back up and now it's like $35 something. And I was like, no, I missed it. Oh, I was so bummed. So that is definitely going towards the that Splatterhouse fund. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much for the donation. Thank you. And yes, Splatterhouse. When I get it, I'll be happy to play. It's Wanpaku Graffiti though. It's different. It's not just classic Splatterhouse. I actually have. That is where 15. Oh, it just came out to that. I see. Okay. Well, all right. That works. Thank you again. Seriously, Grey Walker. Thank you. Like really, I'm gonna buy myself probably that game at some point with that. That's where it's going. Thank you again, dude. What was I gonna say though? Actually, let me catch up real quick. How do I Google this? That's what I was saying. Yeah. Probably something like because it's for backup generators and UPS supplies and stuff like that. pure sine is the electricity type that you want when using a dynamic adjusting power supply. So if you try to use a power supply that is dynamic for a computer like that on a generator that is not set up for it, it can possibly damage it. Now, again, I gotta say, I'm not like 100% knowledgeable on this, so I could be missing something that you need to know about. It's just I know that it is a thing, and like when I got my battery backup for my computer when the power goes out sometimes, I had to make sure that it was pure sine because of that. If it wasn't, then it could cause damage long term. So yeah, just keep that in mind. It's because it doesn't have a yeah, something like that. Yep. It's something like that. Wait, you take donations? I do sometimes. And yes, I actually have Splatterhouse. I have it for TurboGrafx 16, and I was actually thinking I'd like to play that at some point. I don't know when, but I have that one. I just the Wanpaku Graffiti one I mentioned. It's a Japanese only game, and there's just something about it that just looks really interesting. I saw it being speedrun, and I was like, man, I love the way it looks. I love the dark graphics. It's like it doesn't look like a super amazing game, but it looks like a fun playthrough, and I really like the art style and stuff. And I was like, I really want to add that to my collection one day. So that's kind of like what I have my sights on at the moment for like my next retro game anyway. I always hate it after it rains when it's hot outside, just horribly uncomfortable. Yeah, Maria. See, and actually, Maria, I know what you're talking. See, you live in if you're living over in Tampa, you got that weird anomaly spot. I don't know if you actually know this, but if you look on the weather map, just daily, every day, for the area of like St. Pete, Tampa, Bradenton, Sarasota, it's always extra humid in those areas. So it's like completely understandable. Like I used to live over in that area, so I spent like 10 plus years over there. I know it. And yeah, it's very uncomfortable. It's like, to give you guys an idea of how uncomfortable it is, like you could take like a nice shower, be all clean, no sweat on your body. You step outside and literally it is so hot and so humid that you feel sweaty and nasty in like probably 20 seconds, 30 seconds. It's fast. You step outside and you're like, ugh. And you can just feel it like building up, and then your body just wants to break a sweat because it's like, wow, it's really hot, and then you just ugh. You've heard me say it before, but like it's so hot and nasty sometimes that when you walk outside, you can actually smell the dirt. You can smell dirt. It's not fun. Humidity is just like. Fortunately, where I live now, though, the humidity is actually much more tolerable. Much more. But the area that like Maria is talking about, it's really. It's way more humid over there, and it's only there. If you look at this weather map of Florida, it's always this weird circular effect around Tampa Bay and all that area. It's very strange. I mean, it's even though the whole state is surrounded by ocean, there's a level of humidity there that's, I guess, normal or whatever. But that area over there, it's like extra. It's just, ugh. I love that smell when it's rained and it's starting to evaporate. It can be nice around here. It can definitely be nice as long as it's not too humid. If it's not humid and it rains, it's actually, yeah, it's really nice around here too. Yeah, definitely. So, I haven't talked like this in a while. I can actually feel like my voice is a little like worn feeling already. Just, I got to get used to it again. Anyway, so when I got power, this is so nice, by the way, just being able to talk to you guys. Remember years ago or a year ago, whatever, like I always felt that pressure and I was like, oh, I got to play a game now because I don't want to get banned. And it's like, I don't have to worry about getting banned now. I get to sit here and talk to you guys, and it's cool. I love that. I'm so glad they finally added that. It was ridiculous not to have it. Anyway, though, so yeah, I was like, all right, I have nothing else to do. We got no power. We got no internet. Well, we have, like I said, basic power, but my monitor, as far as I know, and my Super Nintendo, those don't use any kind of variable power supplies. So I was like, yo, I can use those. I'll definitely go for it. And so I did. I hooked up into the power system. And, well, I have this little meter. It's sometimes people call them voltmeters, watt meters, amp meters, multimeters. It's basically a meter that is designed to tell you how much electricity a given device is using. It's very, very helpful for people in a situation like me that want to know how much power something consumes, so that I can do the math real quick and say, okay, I am generating this much power, or wattage. Watts are the energy that is produced. And I say, okay, I have X amount of watts, which the generator we were using generates 6,000 watts of electricity, which is pretty darn decent. And then I was like, okay, how much does my Super Nintendo and monitor together use? And very fortunately, between the monitor and the Super Nintendo and the XRGB, which is the upscaler, out of 6,000 watts, it only used about 24, 25. So, go old school, yeah! Anyway, so that was really nice. I could very, like, guilt-free play Super Nintendo and just rock out and be like, yeah, and I was wearing headphones because I didn't even want to turn on my speakers. I was like, those use energy, and it probably wouldn't be much, but I was like, I'll just use headphones through the monitor, and that worked out good. But, so yeah, I was playing some games, you guys, and I actually beat some games. Like, I can't wait to show you some of the games I beat, because I want to get them on Twitch. I want to get them filmed, but Castlevania Dracula X, I beat it. I beat that game, and I've never played it before, and it was really, really fun. That is a fun game. After you get past the really awkward controls, they were really stiff, like old school Castlevania kind. It was just like, oh, why would you go from Castlevania 4 controls to this? But it was still really good, and I was really happy. I managed to get through it, and then I enjoyed it so much, I was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to play through it again, because the game can loop. Now, it doesn't change anything in the next loop, as far as I know. But I was just like, hey, this is cool. So I went ahead and played it again. Oh, you heading out? Well, Grey Walker, hey, it was good to see you, and seriously, thank you again for the donation. I really appreciate that, man. That was a sweet little something to have there. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. You take care, my friend, and I'll see you later. Dryad 2, hello, welcome to you. Is this where you tell us you broke the world record for Super Metroid? Well, that's actually what I was thinking. Like, okay, so yeah, getting back to that. I hate being in rainy weather. Yeah, Saber, that's understandable. Yeah. So, no, I didn't actually play any Super Metroid, but when I played Dracula X, and then I decided to play through it again, I'm not kidding. I went through that game, and I swear, like, probably what will be my best playthrough of it ever. I beat it in, I think, like 45 minutes, and I only died 2 times. And they were like really quick deaths. It was in a pit right at the start of the stage. I was like, oh, this part stinks, because it's like really just, it's very cheap. And it was just 2 deaths in that one spot. And then the rest of the game was just a clean run through, and I just smashed it. I got to Dracula, one-shot him, and I was just like, what just happened? Like, what just happened here? I just blew the game up. And I was like so happy, and I was like, oh man, and I didn't even get it like recorded or anything for you guys to see. I wish I did, but it was really fun. So I beat that. I also played through and beat a game called Dino Wars, which was interesting. I'm looking forward to showing you guys that. Then I also beat RoboCop vs. Terminator, which I've never actually beaten legitimately. I beat it as a kid when I rented it, and I was like, man, this game's insane. I was only like probably 9 years old. No, I was younger than that maybe. And it was like really hard, and I was like, Game Genie, please. So I did beat it that way, and that doesn't count. I mean, that's not a real victory. But this time I was like, all right, I'm going to try it without Game Genie. You know, we're going legit. And I got it, and I was like, yes. And it was really hard. That game is tough. Like, man, the final boss of that game is like jerk. And I happen to figure out a strategy, and that strategy is like even not like 100% reliable. And I can't wait to show you guys that too. So I went through that game. I also went through a game called Arkista's Ring for Nintendo. But I don't know if I beat it. I think I beat it, but I'm not sure. And if you're like, well, how the heck do you not know if you beat a game? Well, what happened is I was going along and I was killing bosses, and I got to stage 35. Now, that I don't know if stage 35 is the last stage, but I got to what seemed like a final boss. It was pretty tough, and okay. And I beat the boss. And then it showed my character walk out of this like mountain that I was in. The mountain started to crumble, and I was like, yo, this feels like the end of the game. And then the game just went to a black screen and froze. And it was just like, and I was like, what? So I don't know if my game is like broken or if I just need to kind of reseed it and then try to beat the game again. But I didn't actually get to see the full ending, and I don't know if I actually beat it. So I played that. I got a couple shoe boxes on my desk back here. You see my ex shoe box there. That's where I was putting the games, because I was just like, oh, I need a place to kind of stick them where they won't get dust. So I just had a whole bunch of games in there that I put in. I also played a few others, but I didn't beat them because I was like, you know, I think this is a game where I only want to play through it one time and then kind of like put that game away for like forever or a few years. So I was like, I'll wait till we're actually back up and running again. The only other game that I actually completed is a game called Wolf Child for Super Nintendo, and that one was pretty interesting. I feel like it's kind of like a not very well made game, but at the same time, somebody put a lot of effort into it. You can see there's a lot of creative thought put into it and originality that kept me wanting to continue on and play it, and it was overall fun to play through. So I'm looking forward to showing you guys that one as well. And then I played like some Super Ghosts and Ghouls and some other stuff here and there. Welcome back, dude. Otherwise, though, it was mostly just kind of biding my time, working on some of my other life projects that I'm working on, and stuff like that to just kind of pass the time, because there's like a lot of stuff that I do for like my work and just working on in life and stuff relies on having an internet connection. So I was kind of like, sometimes I'd be like so feeling out of sorts. I'd be like, man, I just want to check this or do that. And I'm like, but I don't have freaking internet. And like when I beat Dracula X, I was like, yes, that was awesome. I would love to watch a speedrun now and see how the speedrun is and how that goes. But I can't. I was like, darn it. And the same thing for the other games too. But I'm actually not going to watch a speedrun for Dracula X because you guys, apparently, there is a secret area in the game. And I came across it, and I knew to some extent that there were alternate paths. And I was like, ooh, okay. And so I took the alternate path, and I was like, that's cool. But then I saw something, you guys. I saw a thing. And I was like, what is that? And it looked like a door or something in the way. And I was like, you know, that almost feels like I could like get past it. But I tried hitting it, and I tried doing things, and I was like, well, if I can, I don't know how. And I can't exactly go on the internet. But good old Nintendo Power, I was reading my issue of Nintendo Power. I don't know if you can actually see that, but issue number 76 has a spotlight for Castlevania Dracula X, and it talks about that area, and it mentions, they were very careful not to give anything away, but it mentions that, yeah, there's a little extra stuff there, and there's a key that you can use. And I was like, I know where that key is. It's a special item that you find in this alternate path. And I was like, oh, we got to get that key. And there's one picture in there of Richter whipping, but his whip has like fire coming out of it or something like that. And I was like, what the heck is that? But it doesn't say what it is or anything. It's just one picture. And So I can't wait to go and check that out. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the heck that is. So we're gonna do that pretty soon, but I think my it's called the OSSC, and it's the upscaler that I ordered months ago. I think it might like arrive like tomorrow or the next few days. I'm really hopeful because I checked the tracking, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's like it looks like it could be that close. So I'm gonna, when I get it, I'm gonna set it up and everything, and then we're gonna actually be playing some retro games, guys. We're gonna be definitely playing some retro games. I can't wait to try that thing out and show you guys some of the games I was playing and stuff. And then I know I didn't finish Shovel Knight, but we'll finish it at some point. Anyway, though, I think that covers about everything. Unless you guys have any questions for me or anything like that, I just real quick before I go. I just want to tell you guys that I love you guys, and I'm glad to be back. I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow because I still feel like I just need a little time to kind of just get over this event that happened. I'm okay. I just have we eaten apples and cheese yet? No, we have not. We have not. So yeah, I still feel like I'm recovering, if that makes sense, and getting internet back literally just a couple hours ago now is just so nice. I still got to check some of my emails and stuff and check in with other people and whatnot, but I just thought I'm gonna fire up the stream right away, just let everybody know I'm okay, because I know some of you guys were really like, you know, probably wondering where the heck Andy is, and I told you I would try to let you guys know as soon as I could, and yeah. That's adorable. That is adorable. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. Yeah, anyway, you guys, I will spend our donations on it. Wait, did you donate to me, Herpy Derpy, and I didn't hear it or something? I might not have heard it or something. Herpy Derpy, let me know. Please let me know if you did. I gotta give you a thank you. That's understandable, really. Irma was crazy. Yeah, Maria, it was. It was something. I mean, it could have been a whole lot worse, like I said. But yeah, it was definitely something. I feel like this mental, like, exhaustion. You know, yeah, I just feel mentally exhausted. You didn't see that? No, I didn't. No, thank you. No, I did not. I don't know how. I normally I have a sound that it makes, but I guess it didn't make it or something. 20. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Herpy Derpy, thank you. All right, that puts me even closer. That puts me up to that's probably gonna be like $26 and some change there. So I'm getting close. Getting close. Thank you, Herpy Derpy as well. Thank you. You are too nice to me, Herpy. Really. Thank you. That's going towards the Wanpaku graffiti. I can't wait to get that game. Like, wow, I'm actually getting close to it now. That's awesome. Anyway, though, yeah. So I need a little time to kind of. Oh yeah, I did explain this. Yeah, I did. Okay, yeah. It was just so much to cover. Okay, yeah, we did cover that. Yeah. When I shaved it too, I was like, oh man, I wonder if they're gonna know, like if it's gonna be that obvious on camera. But I guess it is. It's super soft though. It's like really nice. It's like I didn't even know my hair could be like this soft. It's like if I could cuddle myself, I would, but I can't get up there. The best I can do is just kind of do this. And it's like, ooh, hello. Radiant Fear, yo, Radiant, welcome back. Mud Butt, LOL. That is LOL. Hello and welcome to you. Andy, if I could cuddle yourself, I would. Okay, all right. Well, you're allowed to. You guys, all of you guys are allowed to cuddle me a little bit. Not too freaky. Just a little cuddles, you know, because you got to worry about personal space and all. But a little bit, yeah. I could go for that. I could definitely go for some cuddle time. I would like that. Yeah, I would enjoy this very much. I really hope all of you guys are doing good and staying safe and just enjoying your lives. Please just go have fun. play some excellent video games, and I will try to stream sometime soon. But like I said, I'm just trying to get myself resituated after all the chaos and everything, and I still just need a little time to kind of get back where I want to be with everything. But yeah, OP Lurker, welcome back, OP, and Dagan, hello, welcome to you. Apologize, guys, I'm actually heading out here. I'm just tired, and I just wanted to update everybody, let everybody know, hey, I'm okay, I'm back. But yeah, I will catch you guys later. Take care of yourselves. Much love to you all, and I'll see you all later. Take care, my friends.